Good morning everybody and welcome back into another video here on the channel where today we're back with our biannual experiment called the best and underrated LEGO of January 2022. Now this is the show where I not only share what I absolutely love about the 2022 wave and which sets I'll be buying, but also get a chance to defend and promote some of the more underrated sets of this release season. So that means the ones that got unnecessary hate from their original fandoms, as well as the ones that I just think are solid but aren't necessarily for me. So we've got a lot to take a look at today because this is a bumper year. So without any further ado, let's get straight on into it. And we're starting off with obviously the best set pretty much of this year, pretty much ever, and it's yeah, no, I'm sort of joking. It's a Duplo bath toy, and the reason this is here is one because it's funny to make a haha joke about this being the best set of the year, but what? This is cute. This is really good for babies. I'm not going to dwell on it too long because people are clicking off the video as they speak. But that fish, flamingo, and octopus are adorable. They sort of remind me of Animal Crossing almost, and I love the idea of them being able to float. Just Duplo being Duplo. Okay, moving into some actual interesting sets, and I'm covering everything from about September of 2021 through to January of March, should I say, of 2022, and that is because these sets, the release windows are getting bigger. So these are some October and December sets here, and they are related to Disney. We obviously have the microscale Disney Castle, and being an owner of the Disney Castle, I think this is absolutely spectacular. I also love the uses of new colours, and I think the colour scheme is wacky but warranted, and I really like how this one turned out. The new Mickey is exceptional, and for people who can't afford the big one, this is a perfect set. Definitely something I hope to pick up at some point in the future. And on the right, we have the Madrigal House from the new Disney movie, Encanto. And I just love the colours here. They shouldn't work all together, but they do. It's really nice to see more of that roof patterning, design, and different cultural influences on LEGO builds, as well as it being pretty spectacular with a great interior. The colours all work brilliantly together, and I think this is a standout set, particularly for one of the Disney Princess line. Moving on, we also have some promos, and while I'm aware that both of these have now expired, I think they're still worth a mention. On the left, we have the coffee cart from the beginning of December 2021, and I really like this build. I think it could work in any city set out, and it was a pretty good promo threshold with two great minifigures as well. So overall, a all really solid promo, and one that nearly got me to purchase the Colosseum on that day. And on the right, we have Santa's Living Room, the cancelled promo, which I am in the strong belief that will be released next year. This one particularly nostalgically reminds me of the first limited edition Christmas winter set, where there was another red brick chimney fireplace, except for the colour scheme in this one is absolutely exceptional. That Mrs. Claus figure is absolutely great, and the dark red floor really helps sell it. I absolutely love the outside, which, while you can't see in this picture, looked stunning using the candle pieces as columns. Overall, an amazing promo that I wish I had the chance to get. Maybe next year. Moving into Minecraft, this is a theme that I typically don't buy from, but again, like I said last year, this might have to be the first time. The Guardian Battle over on the left is absolutely stunning, containing a piece of the Ocean Monument, new mobs such as the Glow Squid and the two Guardians, as well as that new Transblue jumper, a unique skin, which is always nice to see when we see so much of Alex and Steve, and three axolotls using that ingenious use of the superhero DC piece to make them fly around the person is so incredible. This is a great £25 set, perfect for fans of Minecraft and not fans of Minecraft, and I really love how it came out. Overall, this is pretty much one of the best Minecraft sets that we've had in a long time. And up the top, we have the Turtle Polybag, which I think is a really nice, for Minecraft fans in particular, to buy lots of them and get lots of turtles. I always love it when they put those harder to get mobs in almost like a battle pack form, such as this Polybag, and I think this is a great inclusion, including one turtle egg and a turtle. Really good stuff. And over on the right, I don't particularly care for the Dojo Temple. However, I do believe that the lush cave underneath the training dojo is spectacular. Being so close to the actual update really benefits this set, and I think the new versions of stuff like the candle, the goldberries, glowing vines, the armor stand, the hanging azalea, and the bushes and stuff. I've butchered all of the Minecraft terms. Is really incredible, and it's really nice to see. I hope we see more of that environment. It works really well in LEGO Minecraft form. Not to mention, did I mention the theory that in fact you can just swap out the top with any of the three characters that could have won the vote? I think that's pretty interesting. However, moving on to City, which, as you guys know, has been one of my favourite themes for this release window, we have the hospital over on the left, which is stunning. I really love the integration with the road plates, the return of the clown figure, as well as proper maternity clothes. The shape of the hospital really, really stands out, and while I wish there was maybe an extra room, I particularly love the children's creche, the squirrel, the fact that it's a maternity ward, the sandwiches, they're all great. I love the new outfit for all of the medical practitioners, reusing the vet stuff from the animal sub theme from last summer, and in particular, the new highlighter yellow color really stands out and works well with the teal and grey to contrast and make a beautiful emergency service vehicle. Overall, an absolutely stunning hospital, best one we've ever had, and I absolutely love the integration with the road plates. Over on the right, we have another stunning city set, which is this what I'm calling like Cape Canaveral like liftoff. I really, really love the wider theming here, using the palm trees and stuff even sparsely, not to mention the motorized or like winch lift that allows the people to go up to the rocket launch, using stone little honeycombs to represent the liftoff functions and the mission control, and a great minifigure selection. This is a really, really good mission control launch, and I think it's probably one of my favorite mission control launches they've ever done. In fact, besides the prize being a bit on the hefty side, the observatory and everything included here is really, really lovely, and I really, really love this set. Of course, that wouldn't be it for City. We're moving towards more of my favourite sets, and while I absolutely love these two, I absolutely love these four more. Seeing the colour scheme for that crane up in the top right was really unique and special, and I think this one really stands out as different for City. And even though it's another crane, which a lot of people seem to hate on, I think this set deserves a lot of love. It's really different, and I really hope it does well so we can see more vehicles like this at this scale. Below it, we have the biggest nostalgia piece of 2022 so far, as this is a complete upgrade on the 4x4 with trailer and horse car thing from back in 2010, I think it was, where this is completely reimagined, and I think what sums it up perfectly is the use of the candle pieces to make a better horse jumping gate. That really just shows how far LEGO has come in 10 years. The horse trailer invokes such nostalgia for me, and while I don't particularly like the colour scheme of the new car, I think it is an amazing set, and I'm really, really glad they made it. Over on the left-hand side, we have the Kids Playground Polybag, which is all right as far as polybags go. It's definitely not my favourite of all time, but getting two kids minifigures with two slightly harder to find torsos and hair pieces is always a great shout. This is definitely worth a one-off pickup for anyone that has a city or a couple of modular buildings. However, once again, City have knocked it out of the park using the road plates for the firefighting scene, which this time is at a sardine factory. The medium nougat and teal contrast each other beautifully, and the new splat piece to represent secret sauce and water is absolutely amazing. The hazmat suit coming back is perfect, as well as using that grill piece on the front of the fire truck I really love. I've always liked these firefighting play features where you can actually knock the fire over, and I think this one is probably one of the better well done ones. I absolutely love everything about this set, and it's pretty much an amazing city set. Next up, though, we have my favourite three city sets of the City Wave. We have the K9 Patrol Unit. That's just amazing. I love how creative this wave of city stuff has been, and a robot police dog is just enough out there that I absolutely love it. I think it's a great little polymang, and I really wish you could buy like 6 of them and have a whole unit of robot dogs. In the middle, we have my favourite city set, possibly ever, using this little like ice cream truck. It's so creative, wacky, and fun, and the splat pieces are really used to their full effect here. I love the little like shuriken build to drop them for tire poppers, and the ice cream cones are absolutely ridiculous. This is the perfect way to represent city villains, and if you want my full breakdown on this, I recommend checking out my entire Octintorical video where I spent 27 minutes gushing over these city sets. Finally, over on the right, we have the emergence of squirrels into the LEGO world with this little park set. I absolutely love the small and compact nature with this lovely tree and picnic bench, one of the better renditions we've ever had. The acorn print, as well as getting 2 to 3 squirrels, is absolutely amazing. The tuk-tuk's nice, along with the park worker. Some new torso on the female and some hair pieces that are harder to come by on the kid, as well as a yellow bicycle, make this set a really big standout for £15, and I cannot wait to pick that one up. Overall, City's had a pretty amazing year. Moving into Creator, something else that has appeared recently are the new catalogue images, so excuse the poor quality, but we have 4 Creator sets that I think are worth talking about. Firstly, the high-speed train. It's nice to see a train in the 4-wide style, and I think this one's executed well. I like the idea of combining 2 of them together to make your train even longer, and I think overall it's a pretty cute set. We also have the Mystical Tiger, which continues the theme of doing large animals, such as the crocodile from 2021. And just like the crocodile from 2021, this thing looks absolutely stunning, and I cannot believe how well Creator 3-in-1 is doing over the last couple of years. I really love the tail as well as the snot work for the belly, and I think he looks absolutely incredible. Whoever is designing these animals, keep on going. I cannot wait to see what you do next. And then on the slightly smaller and wackier scale, we have the Delfin in Schildkröte, or Dolphin and Turtle, which I think is another amazing small Creator 3-in-1 set. I love the inclusion of the small seaweed build. That makes it really, really cute. And the Dolphin and Turtle look amazing, particularly that seaweed build. The Seahorse build even looks also pretty cool. For what I assume is going to be £10, this set looks really, really cute. And then for the £15 range again, the magical creatures is just something that I nearly didn't put on this list, but I think it just keeps attracting me. I love the way the owl's built. The colour scheme's unconventional, and using the big 3x3 eyes instead of the 2x2s that we saw used on the turtle really give them these wondrous like look. I particularly love the book build as well, and then the secondary builds are nice as well. I'm interested to see that second one up close with what looks like a foal or something. Either way, a nice, cute, unique set that will be perfect for kids and that I could see ending up in my collection one day. And then on to some random sets. We have the Dots Banana Pencil Pot, which is the perfect successor to the Pineapple from 2020. Overall, a nice standout set. I love the idea of it splitting at the bottom, and he's just cool. And then we have this Technic set here, which can flip over, which is awesome. The fact that this is, I guess, works like a tank, but more so I just see it as an all-terrain crawler, and I really, really love how it works. Considering it contains control plus the price is to be expected, and honestly I don't think it's too bad. At least it looks somewhat substantial for its value, unlike that Batman set from 3 years ago. I absolutely love the fact that this can flip upside down, and I'm really, really curious to watch a review on this to see how well it works. If it works well, then this is a pretty amazing set. At the end of the day, I just think it's cool. Moving on to some more Technic sets, another two that I think are just cool are the two like Monster Jam ones. The Megalodon and the El Toro Loco just look perfect. I love the teeth in particular on the Toro. I just think they're fun. They are pure fun with Technic, and that is what 2022 has just been about. They are pure fun, and I absolutely love that they exist. Meanwhile, on the smaller side, once again, the £10 Technic sets have absolutely got me, and the telescopic handler, or whatever it's called, is no exception. I love the white and teal colour scheme, reminding me of Mindstorms 5. The palette is cute, and the little function that it will include works well. Once again, pretty good set. The John Deere tractor is another one. In particular, the tan recolours in the cockpit, or whatever you call it, look particularly interesting to me. However, this looks like a solid Technic build at a nice small scale. Technic sets don't have to be huge, and while they're technically impressive when they are, I think the steering and stuff that's going to be built into this one is pretty good. I'm really pleased with how it looks. It just has that attraction to it, like that attractive Technic look. Moving on to some more random sets, we have the New York postcard, which has currently been removed at the time of recording from Lego.com, but I hope it comes back because the techniques used here, while I've never been to New York and would never buy this unless I had, the techniques are pretty spectacular. I love the use of tiles to represent the cityscape in the backdrop, and I think that works substantially well. And I absolutely love the way the bridge is coming out of the screen. Getting another version of the Statue of Liberty minifigure is amazing as well, except I wish she had the book print, although I suppose the CMF has to be unique somehow. The buildings are good, except the reliance of stickers is a pretty extreme, and I love the cloud print as well. But mostly I'm just impressed with the techniques in this one. Feels more like a mock than an official set. Not that that's always a good thing, though. Either way, food for thought. Moving on, we have this lovely parrot polybag, and this is pretty another great animal from Lego Creator. They've done parrots before in different varying scales, but I think the inclusion of the light yellow, orangey colours, the lime greens, and the azure work really well for this parrot. If only they could do a blue macaw, that would probably make me more happy. However, this is a really, really solid parrot polybag, and if I see this one, I'm picking it up. Followed by the expansion to the Flowers range, or the Botanical Collection, if I call it by its proper name. And once again, this is stunning. The nice parts usage of the ores is incredible. The leaves look great, and it does just look like a sunflower. The Botanical Collection is one of my favourite sub-themes of Creator Expert right now, and while I don't own any of them yet, I definitely want to get these. Moving on to some more exclusive, we had the Christmas exclusive ornaments from this year, which were the Bear and Present, which have grown on me over time. I initially wasn't too fond of them, but I think they've grown on me. I really like how they are shaped, and they work well with the reindeer and snowman from last year. Not to mention the opening polybag that they're using when stores open in Lego stores at the moment, and I just really love the blocky take on the minifigure. It's not quite as strong as the large Harry and Hermione from the summer of 2021, but I like the effort, and I think it's a really nice exclusive when the store opens. I hope a store opens near me sometime soon so I can actually go get one of these. Moving on to what I'm dubbing the Camper Amp Duo. These are two I didn't get to talk about last time either. Despite all the negative controversy, I actually really love the T2 Camper. I think the color scheme is better than the original, and just it's a miracle of system technic engineering. I really love the deck chairs and the expandable roof, but what sold it to me most was the really sleek interior. The amount of Lego slopes and what they can achieve nowadays is incredible, and I think this set deserves a lot of praise. On the same scale, the Fender amp is pretty good as well. I think I'm definitely more of a fan of the amp here, but the guitar looks pretty sleek as well. I love the nice part usage as well as the curves, and it's another perfect upscaled version of a real-life object. Perfect for guitar fans, not so much for me, but there's a lot to love here if you're in that fandom. Moving on, we have the Bricktober sets from 2021, another couple that went underappreciated this year, mainly because of their exclusive to Asia release. I really love the sets that are based off Lego books, and the ones that sit on top of them like this are super, super cute. In particular, I think the Gingerbread House one for Hansel and Gretel is my favourite, although the Jack and the Beanstalk one is really weird. Overall, these are sets that I'll probably end up bricklinking together at some point in the future, and while it's a shame that their packaging is so gorgeous, I think this does the job well enough, and I'm particularly pleased with how they came out. Moving on to some big D2Cs for the second half of 2021, and as most people will be buying these in this holiday season or just afterwards, I think it's fitting to put them here. On the left, we have the Hogwarts Icons Collector's Edition, another set that I made a separate video about in the past, but I really love the way these objects have been upscaled. Big Hedwig looks amazing, the inclusion of the golden figures is great, the Chocolate Frog is my standout build, but the potions and wand also do look amazing. And on the right, with the biggest stunning technical feature of recent history, the question mark from Mario. They keep knocking it out the park with these DTCs, and while I still prefer the Switch, not the Switch, the NES, by miles, I really, really love the way this thing flips open, and then the secret. It reminds me of a puzzle box designed by Lego Maniac or someone else. Either way, a really, really solid DTC that I think anyone can appreciate. Moving on to city stunts, we have the biggest two sets here that make an appearance. I think the stunt truck is a lot of fun for kids, and while it's not something I particularly want, I really love the car crushing roof feature, and the minifigure lineup is nice and wacky. Furthermore, the stunts truck really reminds me of a theme park set, hence why it is here. I love the fairground mixer, and this invokes some of those vibes here, with you being able to pack it all away. The recolor of the piranha plant piece is interesting, and while I wish there was maybe one more play feature to do with the little spinning targets, I absolutely love that clown minifigure, and I really want to get him. He just looks absolutely amazing, and the truck definitely reminds me of a fairground expansion. Moving into Marvel for 2022, we have a couple of sets, and I was nearly tempted to not put any Marvel sets on here, but actually the Iron Man Mark 43 I do really like. I know a lot of people have complained about the proportions on the head, and while I think maybe it could be just a tad bigger when viewed from other angles, the depth in the head really makes him look a lot better. The proportions on the legs and the arms are particularly perfect, and I think for the £35 price tag, this is really good for kids or adults alike. I think we just need to display him side on. Moving into the middle, we have the Gargantua Showdown, which is supposedly based off the new Doctor Strange movie. I really like this version of Doctor Strange. The new cape works for him particularly well with this more detailed printing, as the No Way Home one lacked some printing, which made him slightly worse. Seeing Wong return in his normal outfit is also a blessing in disguise, and I'm sure America Chavez will play an important role in the movie. I really like the tentacles on Gargantuous, and the build is just unique. The Doctor Strange sets really do like tentacles, so it's not a surprise to see here. However, I think it works well, and I'm pretty pleased with it. And actually, here's another one. I do not like this Iron Man minifigure. However, when you put his head in the mech like you're supposed to, he looks incredible. And while this set has been cancelled due to a structural overlap, I do believe that these will be re-released. And the gold, dark red, and transparkly blue color scheme works wonders. I really like this mech. It's just a shame the minifigure isn't on a red torso, because I think that's all that lets it down. Another couple of sets from Friends, which has had an absolutely stellar year. We have the apartments on the right, which look like pseudo-modular buildings, and I really love how colourful, creative, and wacky they are. They don't ground themselves in realism and make themselves boring. They are literally the definition of a perfect playset if you have someone that loves the Friends line. Great to see more diversity and a moving truck, as well as all the items like a chopstick, teddy, spoon, and a fork. The interiors look great as well. This is a really good set that people should be paying much more attention to. It doesn't have to be in boring grounded colours to be interesting. This is incredible. And then over on the left, we have the food stalls, which again just invoke theme park vibes for me. I love all the different big items on the top. The taco truck is particularly wacky and fun. I like how kooky it is. And then you've got the little takeaway store and then a fruit juice store, which are both nice and colourful. Again, 2022, I'll repeat, is just colourful fun, exactly what Lego should be. There are some more friend sets that I think particularly take the cake this year, including the Polybag of this year, which includes lots of food items. You guys know I'm a sucker for food items, so in the lack of an extra food pack, I think this one does wonders. We also have the Houseboat here, which I absolutely love. The colour scheme's not too frenzy, but not too grounded either. Again, the light yellow and medium nougat and blue really contrast, and it's got a really fun interior to play with. While I wish we had an official narrowboat, a houseboat would do for now, and I actually really love the side builds here as well with that dock, looks beautiful. Over on the right we have a treehouse set, and I'm going to say it, the reason I'm attracted to this set is because it looks ugly. It looks like something that would have been built properly by a 5-year-old, and it looks great because of it. So they've captured the perfect balance between mess and work, and the new colour scheme on the trees as well as all of those brown bricks make it look really good. I can genuinely see a child having built this, and I think that's its strength. No offense to the designers in by any means, but it captures 10 years of friendships perfectly, and I think that there's something really solid about this set. Moving into what I have dubbed the Big Ralph page, this is the Star Wars set for this year, and I absolutely love Hoth, so you can imagine how excited I am with my 2014 Ralph to see a UCS 8080, which looks absolutely stunning. I wish Disney wasn't so expensive, though. However, that does not stop the smaller sets being absolute outstands as well. With the 2020 8080, anyone can benefit from the Snowtrooper Battle Pack, which has some amazing box art that I absolutely love. I love that box art so much. The Snowtrooper Battle Pack is outstanding, with 3 Snowtroopers and a Scout Trooper. I don't particularly mind this price increase because I'm used to Disney stuff being completely overpriced anyway. The inclusion of an E-Web and speeder bike to fill out your big 8080 or just your Hoth scene in general is great, as well as Hoth terrain. As someone that's looking into getting white base plates, this set is perfect. Not to mention the Rebel Troopers pack. Thank you. We have a balanced Hoth battle. We now have 3 troopers to go against it, and all you have to do is buy multiples of each, and you've got multiples. These small sets are great accents to the bigger one, and the Hoth ATST is good as well. I just don't particularly like it as a set. I prefer an Endor one. However, this AT-AT and its accessories are brilliant, and despite not going to be picking up the AT-AT because of that price tag, I will 100% be getting a Snowtrooper Battle Pack and Rebel Trooper Battle Pack day 1. Moving on to Defense Against the Dark Art, the only Harry Potter set to really make the cut for me this year is the Black Book, which is the Defense Against the Dark Arts classroom. I think this is one of the better classrooms that they've done, and while I liked all 4 of them last year, I think the Divinations one has some nice curtains, but that's about it. The figure selection here is alright. I particularly like the inclusion of the flat chest in black with the micro figure Moody. Getting Moody in a set is also perfect, and that build for the board looks amazing. All the small details really add to this set, and I think this one is one of the better aesthetic looking books, not being a weird colour choice. Moving on to Mario, you guys all knew it was coming, half the Mario wave in one list. Starting off with the Luigi's Mansion sets, we have the Luigi's Mansion Haunt and Seek set, which looks like to have some amazing play features. I am so excited to see how this one works. King Boo looks great, the idea of having Toad behind a portrait spectacular, the pool table, dinner setup, toilet and bed look amazing, and the Luigi's Mansion 1 Ghost look also spectacular. I love the maze-like interior, and I think this suits the Mario course building system well. This set is going to get a lot of hate for not being a full mansion, but I absolutely really love it, and getting King Boo in an actual good set for once is a nice change of pace. Also here is the entryway, winning the title of Weirdest Named Set of 2022. I love the idea of being an entryway. It's literally just doors, and I love it for that. Getting the Boo is a bit of a disappointment to me because I liked it when the Boo was exclusive, but for such an iconic enemy, it makes sense. Polter Pup is a really nice inclusion, and Bogmire looks great as well. I really do love that firing the shell feature. There's a lot to love here, despite it just literally being a doorway, and I really like the combination of the two together. Of course, you knew this list would not be complete without my list of Tiny Mario Men, and of course I'm referring to Character Pack Series 4, which has another range of spectacular characters, and since I made my previous video on this, I have become more and more susceptible to them, with now my favourite of course still being wide and distorted Penguin from 64, the Mecha Koopa, the Sting Bee, Mr. Freezy, the Bully, and the Parabiddy Bud, ignoring, and the Ant Trooper, forgetting the Coin Coffer, Gumbrat, and Mouse. I will be picking up 7 of these as soon as possible to expand my Mario character collection. They are by far my favourite part of Mario, although I do love the course building system as well, and I'm super excited to spend another £20 on these guys. And there's even more Mario for us to take a look at. We have the Koopa Clown Car one, which is special to me because I made my own Koopa Clown Car for my Mario Mock, and I'm super excited to put Bowser Jr. in this one, as well as to own another Bomb. Bit of filler, wish it was another enemy, maybe a Goomba, because that feels more likely to have another two of, but I'm really interested to see what the feature is for the Clown Car, and I'm really excited by it as a build. But even more excitingly is the Big Urchin Beach Ride. Ever since I saw the Urchin character pack in Series 1, I had wanted a big version of the Urchin with him in his puffed up form, and this set does not disappoint. The coaster track makes for a really interesting feature, and the light grey, green, and light azure look absolutely spectacular together as a colour, as well as using those splash pieces, and the cheap bridge function looks incredible. The only thing this set is missing is the mystery box, and I'm really excited to pick this up secondhand off eBay. Yellow Loshi looks great. I'm so excited for this set. Moving into the Ice Festival, or should I say the new Lunar New Year set, while I'm not a huge fan of the small Visionettes, I still think they'd be useful. However, I am a big fan of the Ice Festival. It's not very often that you see 20 or so panels stuck on their side in an iridescent colour to represent ice, and this is an ice skating rink done perfectly. I love all of the curves and the colour scheme using the dark tan slopes. The ice sculpting is brilliant. The, what I'm going to assume is hot chestnut is brilliant. The storefront and little photograph is brilliant, along with the big ice sculpture, the chair, and I also particularly love the little hole fishing that the guy is doing over on the left. Overall, a really stunning Lunar New Year set to follow up. Not as good as the Spring Lantern Festival, but still a really deserving set. Moving into Monkey Kid, we have the Underwater Polybag, which I think is a really cute polybag containing 2 skeletons and all of the coral and stuff, as well as getting the staff and stuff. This is everything you need in a Monkey Kid polybag. It looks absolutely great. Then we have Nezos Firing, which is one of the most creative sets I've seen all year. Again, it's just wacky and fun, and I love it. The idea of putting golden roller coaster tracks around in a circle that then rotate, the figure selection's outstanding, and that Bone Demon throne is great. Maybe the Macaque Jet is a bit of a letdown, but that firing and the colour scheme that comes with it makes up for it in tenfolds. Following that up is the City of Lanterns, and while I don't like this as much as the Ninjago City stuff and won't be trying to integrate this into my Chinatown, this is still a very impressive set that we should support. I love the absolute noodle stuff, all the references to past themes, the 90 Years poster, the Lotus Hotel and Lego Store are definitely my favourite parts, and the figure selection is alright. However, that firing has definitely caught my attention, which is strange for an oversized vehicle. Coming towards the end there, we also have to talk about the Titanic. I've talked about this extensively, and this is a set I definitely intend on picking up in the first half of this year. It's absolutely incredible, and the build techniques are stunning. Just got to enjoy my Colosseum first. And then finally, to finish us up for this video, we have the hotel modular building, which I am on the fence of. I do like. I did not make a unique video about this one this year, mainly because I don't think it's that special to talk about, but I do love the curves. The angles are great. I really think this is going to work well with the Parisian restaurant. El Cubo art fits in really snugly, and I really like how that looks. And the interior is also outstanding. Having a hotel with more than one room is pretty good. I also really love the water feature under the stairs. That's probably my favourite part, and the colour scheme is just divine. Definitely a modular going straight on my list to be picked up next Christmas. And then, well, of course, I lied. There are a couple more bits to talk about before we finish. Just one quick look at some figures of the year. Now, these figures are all from sets that I don't intend to buy or CMS, so they are supposed to be ones are Bricklink. We have the Exploding Creeper. Is an outstanding figure. It's really nice to see them do such a unique take on the Creeper, and I love the fact that he's in the middle of his animation. That's going to be so helpful for stop motion artists. We have the Joker from the new Batman Tumbler, which looks absolutely incredible. Cannot wait to try and get him on Bricklink. We have the Ice Cream Guy and the Prisoner. Now, these are actually supposed to be an expansion to the ice cream set we talked about earlier in this video, with you taking the criminal from the police headquarters and the ice cream suit off this guy from the lifeguard station, and therefore he is the third criminal in the ice cream gang. I cannot wait to pick him up to flesh out my ice cream truck. We have 4 Series 22 minifigures, and while this definitely isn't my favourite series of all time, we have the Alien, which is a nice wacky idea on the classic space. I love the idea of printing the eyes on the antenna. Won't be picking it up either way. We have the robot, who is probably the first of the 2 I will pick up. He's just really cute, and I love the battery symbol on the back of his head. We have the little forest dweller, who I will definitely be picking up for that toadstool and the acorn helmet. And the botanist lady is here just for her toucan and for her legs, who will be used on a Link custom figure. We have Minerva McGonagall here, who appears once again in the Hogwarts trunk. However, she is a great figure that I still need to pick up. Madame Pomfrey, who I think is going to be stellar and who I also want, despite not particularly liking the set. The Golden Ghost from the Poltergust set, because I don't think I'll be picking that set up either. The Egg piece from the Police Mobile Command Center, because it's just an ingenious piece usage and I can't wait to have it. The Probe Droid from the Hoth ATST, because it's the best Probe Droid we've ever gotten ever, and it will not be beaten. And that's actually it. That's 2022. The fact that this video has gone on so long shows you how good this first wave of 2022 sets is, and I could not be more excited for these sets to come out. Definitely going to be broke by the end of this year. In the meantime, let me know your favourite 2022 set across any themes and what ones you'll be picking up first days, and which ones here I may have changed your mind on. I'd be interested to know if I've changed any opinions. But in the meantime, consider subscribing, and I will see you soon.